Gotta shake those nerves off a little bit. It's been a while since I sat in front of this camera and talked to you guys, but I'm super excited to come back and be talking about one of my favorite subjects, and that is journaling. I did a poll on the community tab where I asked you guys what was the video that you guys wanted to see. And as you can tell, it was journaling for self-healing. So here it is. I'm really, really excited. Let me also introduce myself to you guys. Hey, I'm Rashonda. I make videos about self-care and healing. If you like that type of content, subscribe. Okay, because I just love what I talk about. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. Also, if you're like, wait, what are you doing in between your videos? Follow me on Instagram where I post exciting and I feel like fun reels and content about self-healing and about self-care. So you can catch me over there as well. Whew, I feel like I got that out. I feel like that was a little bit a lot, but in today's video, I'm excited to be sharing some tips for self-healing. I'm going to be sharing some exercises that you can do as you're journaling and navigating. And also, you guys, make sure you check the description box below because I am going to be coming out with a journal that I'm excited to tell you about. So I'll leave some of the information down in the description box below. And there it is. Let's jump into these journaling exercises for self-healing. So the first tip is just a free write. Set a timer, 10, 15, 20. Hey, if you want to be ambitious, set 30 minutes and take away all restrictions. Don't think about what you have to write or set a goal. Just literally pen and paper and just start writing and see what comes to mind. Sometimes you actually discover things that are trapped in your subconscious or things that you meant to share or things you meant to deal with and you just didn't get the time because we're busy little bees. And so definitely taking that time to free write and just explore without any direction can lead you to where you need to go. The next one is to write a letter. Now, the reason why I like this is because you don't have to think about who you want to send it to. Take that out of your mind. I know we like to mail letters, but think about just an experience or something that you went through that caused you a lot of pain, that caused you a lot of suffering. And what would you like to tell yourself? What would you like to say about that experience? And not thinking about anybody judging you and just your deep thoughts and emotions. Were you angry? Were you sad? Were you struggling? Were you regretful? Were you jealous? There's a lot of emotions that we actually don't tap into and don't name. But if we feel like we're talking to that person or looking in from an outside perspective of what was going on, we can have that different perspective and hopefully move through it or have some sense of understanding and awareness of how you handle that situation and how you may want to handle situations in the future. We can't change the past, but we can definitely do things about the present and about the future. And so writing a letter about an experience that really impacted you can be a great way, again, to bring that awareness and move you toward this place of healing. The next one is to write your life. Okay, what does that mean, Rashonda? Write your life where I really want you to think about just your values, what you stand for, what you want your life to be, how you envision, the places that you want to travel. This gives us meaning. This gives us purpose. And sometimes in our life stories, we're robbed of that. And it's okay, well, what's the point of doing self-care? What's the point of journaling and understanding and living through that? No, it's also about saying I can't change the past, but again, I can move forward in a different way. And so if you understand your boundaries, if you understand what you're willing to compromise on, if you understand what you're willing to go after and then put that focus toward it because you've committed it to pen and you have this understanding of what you prioritize in life, it gives you meaning, it gives you purpose, but most of all, it gives you that awareness and direction to have something to look forward to as you're dealing with any trauma or any pain or any sadness. The next exercise is to discover your safe place. Listen, if you don't have one, you can create one, but a safe place is a place for you to feel calm and reset and step away from all of the chaos and busyness of the world, where you can actually ground your emotions and your thoughts and not feel judged and not feel pulled in so many different directions. And so oftentimes when we're going through things and we're like trying to add self-care and trying to take care of ourselves, right? If we haven't dealt with some of the pain and suffering and we're still in that, our mind just goes back to those negative places. So having that safe space and creating it and having it as a go-to allows you that when you're trying to navigate and trying to heal and trying to deal with different emotions, you have a place to come back to for you to hit that reset button and find that calm in the storm. The next one is to have a focus journal. Now, what is a focus journal? It's like one that's not really for self-discovery, but like if you have exercise or nutrition or travel, it's a journal dedicated only to that experience. And so you're like, wait, you're telling me to journal, but you're telling me to journal about something else. Stay with me, stay with me. So if you're trying to heal, right, you can be experiencing a lot of different emotions and either they're overwhelming you or you like want to disconnect from them and kind of just like be on autopilot. Well, I don't want you to do that. So as you're trying to find yourself and trying to heal and work through all of those emotions, having a focus journal can again ground you and help you have something that you really can praise yourself and feel good about and say, you know what, like I understand what I'm doing. Now, of course, there's a whole other extreme to it. So I'm not saying go to the extreme where it kind of dictates and really becomes your only priority, but it becomes a place of celebration, a place of joy, where it's almost like the gratitude journal, where, you know, you're focusing on the positive, 3 things that you're grateful for each and every day so that your mind doesn't only lock on to the negative things. It's the same thing with the focus journal. You can focus on gratitude, you can focus on exercise, you can focus on nutrition, on career goals. It's just a place for you to track like the positivity so you can actually see that you're moving forward. Because when we're going through different things and we're healing, it can be hard to see if we're like getting better or if it's actually helping. So having a focus journal while you're healing can be a great way to track that, like, oh my gosh, wait, like I am moving forward. Like, let me give myself a pat on the back. So it's a really good thing to like feel good. And the last one is to just, oh my gosh, talk about the joy. When we're dealing with things, whether we're recovering from burnout or whether we had some trauma in our life and we're just trying to move toward wellness and self-care, again, it can feel a little bit daunting and a little bit foggy as we're like getting into it. Like as a recoverer from burnout, several times, mind you, I know that I can forget about the joyful moments and the joyful times a lot. And so I do have a journal dedicated to celebration and making time for joy so that my mind doesn't only get trapped in like the reoccurring thought and experiences of the negative things in life. And so it's a time for me to celebrate even like the smallest things, like making the bed. That's a win, all the way up to landing like an amazing client or a contract. Wherever you are, you can celebrate the joy, and making time for that is prioritizing yourself and also prioritizing your healing. I think sometimes when we think about healing, we always go to like, oh, I need to be like crying and that's how I'm gonna get it all out. That's a part of it, but that's not all of it. And so making time to give yourself that release and to say, oh my gosh, this joy feels so good, and a place to like reflect. Like, okay, I know I'm going through the wire right now, but there was a time where like I was super happy, and you can go back to those moments and like celebrate them. So making time, yes, for the pain, but it's also so important to make time for the joy. So I definitely can do a part 2 of this. Let me know down in the comments below. But essentially, when you're journaling for healing, it's really saying, what do I need to ground myself as I'm dealing with the negative emotions and negative thoughts that happen when you're trying to heal, and make it about a celebration and make it about bringing awareness to who you are now and who you want to be, because that gives you direction. So I hope these tips were helpful for you. Don't forget to give the thumbs up. It really helps the channel. You know, as I'm coming back, I really want to be consistent. So that lets me know that you like the content. Share this with somebody who you think could really benefit from journaling for self-healing. And don't forget to let me know your recommendations. As always, I am like super excited to share this with you, and I will see you in the next video. All right, bye.